That's fine. I probably could have taken a little bit more time, but alright, let's try this one first and see how this goes. Marker has been put down, so we are at the start of a thing, and we'll see how terrible it is. Which way do we start here? Probably you. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it that way. Alright, what would you like?
Heads.
Yep. Oh, this one. Okay. That's interesting. Instead of using the Stormfront one, huh?
Sneaky placement.
Yep, that's a damage counter on one guy,
Whatever
right?
I want.
Yeah.
Let's put on the Mew.
Sure. This is going to be the complete counter matchup to what I want to do, isn't it? Oh well, it's fine. We'll make it work. We won't really, but maybe I'll be able to limit stuff. We'll play Collector here. Yeah, I've just kind of realized what's going to happen in this one, and I'm like, ah, shit. Okay.
Sorry.
No, I know. It's fine. It's fine. I could have just not said stuff in the middle of the week, and it might have been a bit more reasonable, but it is all good.
I didn't want to play the same thing as I played on Wednesday.
No, it's understandable. Now I've just got to consider how much I can get away with here, really, isn't it? Because I will need some stuff out, but... Okay, let's go ahead and grab a Yanma. We will grab Riolu. Thinking if I want anything else down. Okay. We'll grab Relicanth but not bench it, because I think I'm gonna P-com it instead here.
Fair.
So we can grab Yanmega for later. So we have that. We have Psychic on the Mew. And yeah, let's retreat out and use a Sea-Off here so I can Lost Zone the Mon out of my deck.
Right.
We'll just get the Lucario Lost Zone now.
Pokemon Collector?
Yep. Yeah, maybe I could have avoided using the Collector there, but then again, Junk Arm for Collector is not necessarily bad if I get judged right, so...
Probably want that. Definitely want that. Definitely want another one of those.
Mr. Mime, huh? 1, 2, 7, 3, that may have both players. Yeah, reveal hands, okay. Curious.
Luxury Ball?
Yep.
Here's
Okay.
the thing. Where'd I put it? You could potentially Yanma or Yanmega next turn. The issue here. I'm not sure I can play around it right now, is the issue. The snipe on Yanmega is 40, right?
Yes. So that Oddish is actually vulnerable, being the newer one.
Yeah, that's the issue. But
these prevos could probably have been swapped out for older ones.
this is This is free retreat, so
Yeah, that is helpful.
I think, let's see, what should I do? Oh, I should also give you your color. Hang on.
Say no rush and wait for. You can wait till after your turn. He can.
Seeker.
You cannot Seeker, you have collected.
No, right. Right. You would have to match hand and discard it. Then you wouldn't be able to use it with the Mew this turn. Mew is free retreat.
I mean, to be fair, you also have a thing that might let you, you know, improve your decision making here, right?
Trick reveal.
Yeah. Not to super coach you, but it's like, yeah, you have a thing that lets you
You can
maybe
play
help
down.
you.
Okay, that's the issue here.
Yeah, I sure can. This is why I PCOM last turn as well,
Well,
because
I'm
I had
not
Junkrat.
upset if this goes down.
Okay.
And we'll pass.
Okay.
I can live with losing the Oddish.
That's fair. Yeah, I might be about to pop off here. This is not unreasonable to think. Right, so we will get the Yanmega down. No point in using that VS Seeker for Collector here. That doesn't really do a lot, to be honest. So I think it's more reasonable to play the Yuxi and draw 4 here. Yeah, that's not unreasonable at all. Because, yeah, there's several ways of I can deal with stuff that way, so... yeah, let's get the Lucario down. It's not that unreasonable here. We will go Junkam, discard... Yeah, it's probably fine. Discard, Collector, and Expert Belt. I don't think I really want to be giving up 2 prizes that quickly in this thing, especially not when I just get another Yanmega out here. By PCOM. Sorry.
Your Pokemon something back in if you're going
Yeah,
to
I know, I'm getting there. I'm thinking too many steps ahead, I'm sorry. Because I have Relicanth in hand, so...
Yep.
Thinking too many steps ahead here, sorry. I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't quite get there in terms of mechanics, I'm sorry.
I made sure you didn't forget.
Yeah, it's fine. And then I will just copycat again here. I know it's only for free, but that doesn't matter too much here. Yeah. Ah, yes, the judge, he's fast playing. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, and then we'll just switch out and Sonic Boom here. Because I have matching hand size, so...
Miracle.
Yep. Aha.
Portrait.
You know, you could have looked at this hand first, right? Just to see.
I'll take the judge.
That's fair.
Yeah, you could have evolved your Haunter first, right?
Yeah, because you've got Gengars in hand, so...
I don't know who buys it either. I really don't.
That's pretty lucky for you.
Yeah, I assume that came through. Nice.
Yeah,
real?
slightly. Yep, so here's what we... Oh! You have to show yours as well, obviously, but this is what we got. Ah, the Mime Junior, okay. I might as well just leave it there for now, especially if a Warp Hell is possible.
I should probably start getting this going. Warp energy.
Yep, so that switches.
And hurl into darkness.
Yeah, so that gets... Let's look at the hand. Yeah, so that gets rid of the Mew into the Lost Zone.
This is a matchup, I'm just noticing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna die to Lost World, pretty much, but we'll see how it goes. We'll draw. I mean, honestly, the fuck is this thing gonna do to me, really, right? We're gonna DC the Lucario, 0 retreat out, and we're gonna Dimension Sphere for 70 here. I'm not matching your hand size of 2 right now, so let's just go in with the actual guy, because you don't resist fighting on this.
Sleepy Lost.
So Lost on the top card of my deck, and you go to sleep. Yep. Stay asleep. Right. Okay. Sure. We will draw. It's a little annoying, but fine. I guess we can probably do it this way. Yeah, it's annoying that I'm gonna have to spend the other DCE to get out here, but I think that's kind of reasonable given the situation. We'll attach and judge here. I know, it's like, why are you giving him 2 more cards to this stuff? It's because I want to have options for next turn, basically. Yeah, we're gonna have to pay the retreat, go into the Yanmega, and we'll hit the Gengar for 40 with linear attack. You gotta flip for sleep as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually gonna separate this one just so it's because my count is only for Pokemon, not for every card in there. Yep.
Collector.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, the interesting Spiritomb, yeah. So Ghastly double Spiritomb. You bench it, shuffle draw, I shuffle draw 6. The idea being that you are trying to shuffle draw me after Trick Reveal, you look at my hand, you see there's no Pokemon in there, so you shuffle draw me 6 and try and get me to get more Pokemon for Hell into Darkness.
Yeah.
I can see the jank, I see what's going on here.
Attach a Psychic to the Ghastly.
Yep.
And we'll pass.
Yep. Okay, it does wake up.
Oh, whoops.
I'm not sure if I want to actually hit it, but we will see. So 6 in hand. Yeah, we'll judge here. And yeah, just linear attack, kill the Gengar here, I think. Let's just get the main worry out the way initially here. Because I think that's what I'd be most afraid of right now. That's fair.
Well, Cyclone.
Yep.
Twins.
Seems pretty good.
Might as well get the train going.
I mean, again, you don't have to show me this, but yeah. Yep.
And we will trick reveal.
Yep. Here's what we got. And you've
yeah,
got to
I'll take
show
the
you've got to show
collector.
yours as well.
I can't help but feel this turn could have been better planned out. Oh, but actually, it's a bit awkward with the.
Yeah, still not the worst out of it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, portrait the collector of it here. Yeah, rule number 1 of twins: never reveal the targets. That basically tells your opponent where you're deficient. Exactly. There's a reason I even shuffle my hand after using twins as well. Okay, yep, Ghastly Spiritomb Smeargle.
And we will pass.
Okay, pull this back up. Alright, so...
Feel there was some way of Gengaring 2 Lost Zone 2 Mons that turn if Trick Play was used before the twins.
Yeah, possibly. Okay, where do we go from here then? Yeah, it's definitely awkward, but... So, full 7, that's fine. We will put a Psychic on the Mew here. I mean, I guess going Mew isn't even that bad. So I've got plenty of viable attacks here, it's just what else do I do afterwards. Obviously don't bench the things because you just lost them immediately, which is not great for me. Although I think I am going to probably have to bench something here if I want to keep going, but... Or I can just leave it for now. Yeah, there's obviously no way I'm getting around twins anyway, so that's probably fine. Although I can try. We'll luxury pull here. Because I think it's probably better to try and get around it than not even bother, right? So we'll get Yuxi, we will bench the Yuxi, draw 3. I think, yeah, because I kind of want to just kill the Smeargle here. Yeah, okay, that didn't necessarily work out. It's fine. We're at 7 anyway, so... Do we just kill it? I mean, I guess it's probably fine, right? So the other part is... Yeah, there's not really any way I'm getting that Ghastly away here either, that's the annoying thing. No, I suppose we could try and do it this way. Yeah, we'll Warp Point here.
Okay.
I see. Well, alright then, if you insist. Huh.
That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then sure, I suppose I'll just Dimension Sphere take the KO then, right?
Definitely helps. Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Ghastly, Psychic Energy, Rare Candy, Gengar.
Mm-hmm.
Pay Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Cyclone.
Yep.
4. Trick Reveal.
Yep, there's lots in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why did Murgle get lost?
You've
though?
got to show
Isn't it
mine as
4?
well.
No. You had 3 on your bench.
Yeah,
still.
you had 3
Oh,
on
3.
bench, so
Sorry.
yours doesn't
I
get
thought
zoned.
mine.
Yeah, okay. So you've effectively got 1 shot.
Hurl into Darkness.
Mm-hmm. So you get 1.
Yep.
This was why the last turn was questionable, but that's fine. So you get 1 to Lost Zone. It's probably not going to matter too much, but even so, yeah. Okay, I think there is a draw that does it, but we will take that draw. That is not it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, frustrating thing is I can't quite. No, I do kill it, right? 30 plus 20. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, Dimension Sphere take KO, right? Because it's 130 that's on it. Yeah, I was trying to remember the numbers for stuff here, and it's like, because I think 6 is the magic number I normally want, because 150 is enough to KO like everything, right? But obviously not necessary here.
Pecom.
Yep. Smeargle goes in, yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I basically have like 1 more turn if I'm looking at this right, to find what I need in order to stop this.
Trick Reveal.
Yep. It's not like oh, hang on. Hand didn't fully thingy there. Yeah, problem is this deck has got a load of Pokemon in it too, so it really does.
Collector.
Yeah, Portrait Collector. Oh right, you don't have twins anymore. Yeah, okay.
Excuse me.
That's
There
fine.
were 2 targets in deck. I'm taking both.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Spiritomb and Smeargle. Yep.
That's the only one.
Yeah. Lost World is 1 off right now, but yeah, that's the condition at the moment.
No, I don't think I'm getting it from here. Unless I get really lucky.
It's possible, but you'd have to top Candy, I think. Well, I think it might be possible if you'd saved, if you would Smurgled first instead of wasting the Pecom.
Yeah. I couldn't have known what was in hand.
Yes, you could.
You could, you have mime, yeah. I mean, it's fine, it's fine. This is the
Yeah, I
the
think
thing.
this is skill 2 class.
Holy fuck! This
Because
is
that's
like
one of the problems.
yeah. This was the fucking definition of a counter matchup. Oh my god, dude. I was obviously looking to try and get Judge, but there was no way I was, because I had one Yuxi left. Because I did put a third one in, so I had one left. 2 turns. I needed 2 turns to find Judge. I had 2 VS Seeker left, 2 Junkan for VS Seeker, a hard Judge, and I guess Copycat. There's one of those in deck that could have maybe helped to try and make sure I don't have that Pokemon left in hand. But the problem really is I needed to not like bench anything pretty much at that point until I could get you away from the thing, right? Till I could get you away from Lost World. Yeah, so I showed this one in the Discord, but because I haven't shown it on video stuff, the general idea here, I mean, we basically saw it, but you did the lost zoning for me. Dimension Sphere off of Lucario does 20 extra damage for every Pokemon that's in my Lost Zone for a DC, so it adds up very quickly actually. We get to like 70 with just a couple of things there, but 90, even 130 is not too unreasonable for stuff here. We have Palkia to Lost Cyclone my own guys into the Lost Zone, so we can get to that magic number of 6 that lets me do 150 and one-shot basically everything in the game. And Mew can copy it so long as we see off. That's why we play a 4th Lucario and only 3 Riolu in here, because if Mew can, or Relicanth can use see off to, or Prehistoric Wisdom respectively, to put a Lucario in the Lost Zone, Mew then gets to copy that attack, so I can just kind of do it whenever for an easier like payment more or less, because it's a basic instead of streaming stage 1s all the time. And then Yanmega is the early pressure and stuff here. Surprised I don't run any copies of Mime Jr. What? For my deck wouldn't work with that because it's Pokemon in my Lost Zone, not in the Lost Zone in general. So in my stuff that won't work.
That would be funny if it took all Lost Zone.
Yeah, so like Mew can copy either player's Pokemon and that's cool, but you need the energy to pay the attacks, and I only play Psychic and DCE in here. So it's awkward in that aspect. I can understand sort of a logical reason for it, but it's so RNG dependent to do that in the first place. And yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just go ahead and focus on my own damage with the stuff here. Understandable though, but at the same time, I don't play Lost World in here because ultimately y'all aren't gonna trigger Lost World for me, right? In terms of putting your own guys there. So, and you know, Mr. Mime Jr. is not put a Pokemon from the opponent's hand or whatever into the Lost Zone. It is Lost Zone their top card. If their top card is not a Pokemon, then you're kind of screwed. So, you know.
I tried.
You did try, yeah. You lost on the whole Psychic Energy off my thing, which is annoying, but I did play the 9th one in the end, so I was a bit more okay with that there. Yeah, and then this idea, so we almost saw it. Lost World is the alt win condition, which is very, very rare in the Pokemon TCG. This might be the first time that we've seen an alt win condition. If that player's opponent, like the turn player's opponent, has 6 or more Pokemon in the Lost Zone, then you just win the game off of that. So we were one off, so freaking close with that there. But the idea is that Gengar's Hurl into Darkness lets you look at the opponent's hand, Lost Zone a number of Pokemon you find out up to the Psychic Energy count that's on the Gengar, and you get to see what's in their hand via either Trick Reveal or the Smeargle. If you don't like what's in their hand because they don't have Pokemon in there, then you can use this Spiritomb to bench it and force the opponent to shuffle draw a fresh 6 cards. 6 is a really high number for just stuff in general here, right? It's normally bad as Disruption, but it's good if you want to try and draw them into a Pokemon. So that's very nice here. Palkia, of course, we saw the Lost Cyclone come in. Same idea as me, but this time you want them to Lost Zone a bunch of stuff so that you can get to Lost World even quicker. And the 101 Vileplume, because if you manage to get Allergy Flower out, Trainer Disruption is one of the main ways that this can go south, right? So it's pretty respectable to go for that. You've got so many Seeker that you might even just be able to Seeker out your own Vileplume if you need to play the trainer cards that you have here. So, yeah, excessively heavy Twins count as you would expect because this deck is not taking prizes. Exactly. You're not taking prizes with this deck, so it's going to be a very high Twins count in here. And, yeah. Yeah, it's not an automatic win with Lost World, but I mean, you place it down and you go, I win the game here, right? You just declare it straight away. So it essentially is. And yeah, we saw the mime when it got used is designed to see the opponent's hand so that you know whether they have Pokemon in there or not to trigger the the Hurl into Darkness more respectively. So
Smurl can also do that sometimes because it also looks.
Yep, but it can get messed up with Judge is the one thing that's in there for that aspect. But yeah, that's edge case in a way. Yeah, I don't know if I should have thrown the copycat away with John Calm at the start, but at the same time, I think it was kind of necessary to just like actually attack with Yanmega that turn. That was the main thing I was looking at getting to, was getting a Yarn attack, because yeah, I wasn't getting enough damage out of Lucario or Mew at the start. I couldn't even attack with Mew at that point. Wasn't getting enough damage off of Lucario.
You had the Yarn attack regardless. It was to get a second Pokemon to establish a second Mon, I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's what it was.
But hey, I mean, the deck's set up, right? I know you were doing the lost zoning for me in the Ember stuff there, but that was just me not establishing Palkia because you already did so, right? There was no way I was going to establish my own Palkia against you in that matchup. So, like, the deck did what it was supposed to do in terms of setup, and I was pretty happy with that. So.
The unfortunate thing is it didn't find my rescue energy at all.
Yeah, rescue would have been really nice to, because I was able to just take the flat KOs and not have to worry about you picking the stuff up. If you could have rescue energy,
I was
Gengar,
wondering if I wanted 4, but I thought 3 was reasonable since I had the warps as well.
It's difficult because you need raw psychic for Hurl into Darkness. It does not count rescue energy in there, so it is a difficult balancing act, right? Yeah, but yeah, honestly, both decks kind of did what they were meant to do with this stuff. I think this one needs a bit of practice more than anything else with it.
It's not an easy thing to
It's
play.
a couple of these weeks as well. Like these should be all the prevos, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Trainer Lock for 0 energy is pretty solid, obviously, and this also has a switch move as well, actually, the Stormfront one. 1 Psychic Energy, 10 damage switch to the bench, that might help as well. And yeah, the 40 HP here really did mess stuff up a bit. The Psychic one, as annoying as the thing is, because it's bad attacks, etc., it does have 50 HP, so... That would be the switches just in terms of Mon stuff. But yeah, respectable though, honestly. I think I did get very lucky with that one. I mean, if you had more practice with the deck and stuff, I'm sure you would have smoked me there, but that's kind of the problem.
It's not an easy thing to play.
It's not, and it's also kind of the problem when my deck is kind of designed to do the thing that your win con is also doing, right? That really hurts, you know, because I want to lasso my own stuff so I do more damage, but if I do lasso my stuff, like I was even unsure if I wanted to use Sea Off at the start of the game, but I think ultimately that was the right decision to do, because I wanted to enable Mew to Dimension Sphere later on in the game, and I think that was, yeah, that was in general the correct decision for it there, but it was not an easy one to make. Yeah, as much as we all hate this one, it is the necessary evil right now.
To be honest, at least in this deck,
yeah,
kind of friend.
Yeah, doesn't mean I have to like it, but yeah, it is obviously better. Pell in the chat immediately just going F Psychic Oddish. All my homies hate Psychic Oddish. Yes, we do, but. Yeah, okay, so this was the main thing that I had built this week, and actually put a little bit of time into trying to make it work better, and that was alright. pleasantly surprised with that, to be honest. It can be a little bit like prize tradey, I suppose. It's a stage 1 deck, it's always going to be, right? But if it's not Donphan, it's not surviving most hits. I know Yanmega can, but it's if it's not Donphan, it's generally expected to get KO'd by most reasonable attacks. You know, like Lost Burn is still going to kill this in 2 things, but if you're trading a stage 1 for their stage 2, you're probably doing something right, you know? And yeah, it's got a variety of hits that you can go with in the end. Like, I know it's mostly just Dimension Sphere plus Yanmega, but it's got so many different mons to actually do that attack that, you know, you can just Shadow Drop a Mew, put a DCE down on it, and that's your attacker for the turn, you know? It doesn't necessarily have to be a big, I need to play this evolution card this turn or I'm gonna lose sort of bit for it, right? So... And Yanmega is just ridiculous, you know. I know get used to this because we are unfortunately going to have to see this a lot when it comes to the next format and whatnot. There's not a lot of cards.
Trying to avoid playing it for now.
Understandable, but I kind of had to put it in here because otherwise I don't think I would have had a reasonable early game with this.
It's really nothing better for doing what this wants to do.
Yeah. And besides, with this thing being able to take a hit and 0 retreat out most of the time, 110 is not the easiest thing to hit every turn. I can just 0 retreat this out and then Lost Cyclone it next turn. Gets the prize off the board, also puts 2 more Pokemon in my Lost Zone so I can sphere with, right? So...
One of the things I did see for this was, in fact, the Jirachi.
Yeah.
But I figured what's really the point, and if they aren't using rare candy to evolve their stuff, they're just going to place it back down.
Yeah, the idea is to punish the rare candy things, but it depends again what you're going up against there. Like a stage 2 deck would probably get hurt by it quite a bit. We've seen, I mean, your Turbo Zone was 414, right? So stuff like that is coming up more now, and that would help. But it's a situational tech, isn't it? It really depends if you feel it's necessary.
It also had a Shaman in the list.
Oh, so you can just like put Psychic Energy down wherever you want and then Shadow Drop
yeah.
Shaman? Yeah, you can... If you see the opponent's hand has got like 3 or 4 Pokemon in it, you could just Shadow Drop the Shaman and just like throw all of the energy you've been gathering on the board to 1 Gengar and go from there. Yeah, that actually is really good here.
Probably should put it back. I wanted the 2 Smearglows.
It's...
The Smiggle makes sense here as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I wouldn't say it's necessary to have the Shaman, but I can definitely see why it is added, and it would be a really nice add.
Like, Michael will probably go down to 1 Toon. I'm not sure if you need 2 of that.
With 4 Seeker, I could understand that.
Thinking the Junior, actually.
Mime Junior is a weird one, isn't it? It certainly did change my game plan in the middle of that round, but
It also backfired spectacularly by staying asleep.
yes, which it did do. So blanked 1 turn with that, but I could see arguments either way for it.
I don't think it evolves either.
No, it can't
Nope.
evolve.
Yeah. I think our Hedgehog might be more useful.
That's
I
fair.
think you want the Ratchi with it then. I don't think they work well alone.
Yeah, Jirachi definitely would help because if you flip like 1 or 2 heads, get energy out of the discard and then go from there.
Discard.
Well, the idea is to pick up energy that you have lost during the game, right?
Yeah, it's a late game tech.
Because rescue energy doesn't pick up. This may be where the tomb could be considered if you don't have anything else you want to pitch here. Yeah, because the idea is that you play it later on in the game once you've had a couple of energy discarded, since rescue energy only picks up the Pokemon, not the energy. So there will be energy in the discard by the time you get to the later stages of this.
I don't think you need more than 1 or 2 extra, really.
No, you shouldn't do, because you only need 6 Pokemon in total in the Lost Zone, so you shouldn't need more than 1. Yeah, and Pel's saying Mime Jr. is great, but you need copies of Switch. Yeah, if you're not playing Switch, don't play the Mime Jr. I can understand that.
Using the warp.
You don't want to attach a warp energy to a baby Pokemon, no, right?
No. The warps are there to get Palkia out.
Yes. Yeah, that's so you can
warp because we're playing Plume.
Exactly.
Yes, that's so you can see in this deck. Obviously, I don't have Plume, but I do have 2 Warp Point and a Switch, which is not really that common for this this stage of the metagame, to be honest. But it's for the same reason as I level up the Palkia and then I use the Switch card to get out. I don't want to play Warp Energy specifically because it doesn't really work with the deck, right? DC is needed for the Dimension Sphere and Psychic is needed for See-Off. So there's not really much of a reason for me to play Warp Energy in here in terms of like actually making stuff work. So yeah.
So next game.
Yeah, you go for it. Because this is the main. Yeah. You've got to get your perms going.
Got to get the right color.
Yeah, this is the only real deck that I had up. I built some in the last like 10 minutes, which is also Warcrime flavored, but it's not remotely tested. I'm probably missing a ton of stuff in it, and honestly, I think it would be better to actually see the, like a genuine deck here as opposed to. Do you want to change the color, my color whilst we're here, or can I just do that?
No, you can't. Yeah, I have to do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Because this way we get to see. Ah, okay.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Oh, you are playing this one, okay.
I went for the 1-1 split on the full pixies in this.
That's
Portrait.
fair.
Your scary hand.
It's this shit again.
Oh boy, yeah.
So, I don't think you were here for this, Pepper, but I did play my Legend Box variant of this on the Undaunted week, like after you'd left. I think we had one more, Sai and I had one more thing to play.
I thought it hadn't been shown yet.
No.
It has.
I may, in like the second game that we played of the stuff, I may have Legend Boxed into a 4 energy, I think it was 4 energy radio.
Yeah, you're not keeping that.
That's fair.
It's a really scary hand, because I am going turn 1 type on this as well.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're not keeping that. Sorry. Patch Psychic. Retreat. No fun allowed, I'm afraid. Pitch Dark.
Yeah. See, if you'd have done this to me at the start of game 1, I would probably. Actually, did I even play an item on? No, I played PCOM on turn 1. Yeah, I would have been in a bit more trouble. I guess I could have waited to play the PCOM, but still. The one thing that game still didn't determine, though, is whether Velicount was actually worth playing or not.
Yep.
But I suppose starting Muse, I can
you
get
can't get legend pieces with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not basic Pokemon.
They're also completely incompatible with Mew Prime as well, which is a bit of a shame.
That would be a bullying.
I mean, it doesn't have Space Virus, so you only take 1 prize when you kill with it. Oh, you have Sableye in here. Spicy. Okay.
Yeah, put it in as a 1-off because this deck didn't have a start. The deck that I was using the base didn't have a starter.
I mean, my starter was Vulpix, to be fair, so...
They didn't have a starter in there, but...
Find Wildfire is a very good starting attack. I mean, you probably do, just in case it gets held, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Sableye, attach retreat, and impersonate.
Yeah, like you might, even if you didn't want to attach it, you probably did want to play it down just so it doesn't get. Although you probably no, because there's no Palkia in place, so you wouldn't be afraid of Lost Cyclone here. But yeah, you definitely want to get it down just to make sure.
Sage.
Yep.
I love this card so much.
Yeah, the list I was using was I was using the base had 0 of this, and I was thinking, no, that's gotta be wrong. Especially after the changes I made. Especially...
I can understand why you would think that. It can be tricky because if you discard the legend pieces, right? But there are quite a few things that are fine to discard in here, so. Oh, yeah.
Gengar and that, I do go for this instead. Discard just so you know
Yep.
Discarding Quilava. Understandable, yeah.
Kind of psychic energy. Evolved Haunter. Seeker.
Yeah, you actually need to pick up first, Sai. Not that it matters too much here, but the card does say you pick up first, so we'll just make sure.
Virgin. Sneaky placement on the Vulpix.
That's a 2 count on a place.
Yep. Luckily, Sableye does at least help get you out of potentially like any situation with this, really, isn't it? Because it's like, at least you can use a supporter card, no matter what happens in the rest of the turn.
Impersonate. Like someone handed a brick. Like someone...
You would think a Shuffle Draw 6 would do something, but not always. I mean, I guess when you're this early into the game and there's so few cards taken out of the deck, that makes sense.
Wait, hang on, I should attach first.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, but I'm engineer. It's engineers. Discard fire, draw 4.
Okay. Palkia G. Rare Candy, Vileplume.
And so it begins.
Seeker. Spiritomb.
That's probably GG, to be honest.
Sneaky placement on the Cyndaquil.
Yeah, GG. I've already discarded my Uxie and a Quilava.
Yeah, I saw the Quilava discard earlier, and I was like, uh oh.
Yeah, this entire deck just gets. If Plume actually comes down, what I'm trying to do here just gets ruined.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I was sitting on it for a while.
One of my long-term goals was actually trying to fit in a Luxray to help deal with that and other things, but
I wasn't sure when to put it down because I didn't have a Haunter yet.
Yeah,
I didn't want to lock myself out of Gengar.
That Spiritomb hand was 5 energy, just so you know how bad that was. 5 energy and 2 legend butts.
Yeah, that Vileplume was in hand. The candy Vileplume was in hand turn 1 after when Collector was used, so it could have been down immediately. But I understand holding off on it a bit. Risky, but at the same time.
Wanted to wait to see whether I got a Haunter
Well-
first or I got a Gengar.
Yeah, I'm all.
Both Ninetales arts are gorgeous. It's so hard to choose between them here.
So I'll take my mulligan. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Done another Ghastly. Attach Psychic Energy. Actually, wait, no, I should hold on that.
You could
Yeah, I should
attach
hold
it
on
to the
putting down
bench.
the Ghastly.
You could put it on the benched one, I guess.
We'll pitch dark.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were meaning the attachment, not the
Like
not the
that.
thing.
No, I meant the bench Ghastly.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just always want this instead.
So for stream ears only here, it seems that if Pepper's only playing one Quilava, that's really going to hurt here because that's in the prizes. But Sai has prized both of his Smeargle, which is awkward. So there's a little bit of bad pricing on both sides here. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. That gets benched. That gets benched. Don't want many Tomb. I should not play too hard around Tomb.
It's awkward, isn't it? Because it's like, man, now I've got to play around the other Spiritomb? What is this shit?
Agree to this. That's lightning to Cyndaquil. Personate. Bebes.
Yep.
Put this back in. Black Ninetales.
Makes sense.
When the reveal gets roasted.
Attach Psychic Energy, Haunter, Pcom, Ghastly. Gengar. Sleep Poison.
Hypnotoxic laser! Sadly, no, what's his face, BTS. Oh, that's pretty rough. Yeah, sadly no BTS in play here, but because that would have been a really nasty punish off of adding the Ninetales there.
Wolf to Ninetales. Roast reveal.
Yep.
Might walk anymore. stage.
Yep.
It can be very weird sometimes with Sage's training, can't it? It's like, oh shit, I don't want to discard any of these.
No, I've got the opposite thing. I've got, oh, this is
It's like-
ball hand. I'm not item locked, am I? No.
No, you are not.
Look at the funny thing. You get to do the funny thing. Take this.
Pal's like, we get to do the funny thing?
You're going to what the fuck in this?
Okay, yeah.
Fair. Clearly you have something that'll make it work.
Pokémon?
Yep.
Myself? Dialga.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, this was one bit
Anti-tie.
which I didn't have in my own build here.
Put Dialga down. Top deck. 2 RDL pieces and a fire. Legend box.
So you're willingly not having Afterburner available, okay.
Just
Running a legend thing. It's not a great one, unfortunately.
Certainly not as good as my one was. Oh,
What the hell? Oh, did I get like clone glitch? I get clone glitches sometimes with
wait,
this.
how did you attach
Yeah.
2 energy to your?
Legend Box
Legend Box.
attaches all the energy you find on the top.
If you reveal both hands,
Yeah,
Which
I
he
top
did.
decked. I top decked. I have a
So
top deck.
Sage's training. So
it's on
okay,
top.
so
I thought I put it back in your hand. Okay, no,
no, top decks.
No, it's fine. I misinterpreted.
That's okay. I forgot. I didn't realize it couldn't do level X's last time. So
I thought it was into your hand. I didn't realize it was on top of the deck. No,
if it was into hand, I would have been playing one of these almost the entire way through. Fuck Palmer, that would have been so much better.
Yeah, one of his hands now pretty old.
It's like, okay, I got the excellent playoff. Now what?
Yeah, that's how his hand is. I played Save last time, which I probably had to do because I've had an energy shortage. And the Sableye is awkwardly asleep anyway.
Yep.
it's fine. Just having a nap.
I know what to do. Yellow Legend Box.
Play another one.
I'm a second just sticking around. Yeah, I expect to miss there. If I hit that, that
Got
would've been
one
really
though.
crazy.
One of the 2 bits. That would have been very impressive. This
that's
fire
just-
also goes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's into deck.
Yeah. Yeah, so I missed it. Just trying to figure out where-
It's okay. I had this awkward spot as well with it. It's like you put 10 cards down and it's too many for the thing to stretch nicely.
I have a bunch of different things I can do with something in my hand and thinking through it.
I mean, you can try Agile. Not sure if
Yeah.
I'd be able to help, but
Iron, RDL, and pass.
okay. Funnily enough, I'm not even sure if this is a particularly like good spot, right?
Yeah, this is kind of just awkward. This is kind of...
You would need an energy in hand. Attack next turn. How confident am I that you can reach that? It's not in there, so you can do that.
It would specifically need to be a lightning energy right now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's and he's already attached one.
During my phase, you
You know,
know.
I think I'm gonna put Curse Drop onto the legend.
Yeah, that's
4
a
damage counters.
I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no, Azure, because the field spell specifically says you can normal summon a trap tricks in addition to. Setting is not the same as normal summoning, so I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
Did you flip for sleep?
Oh, right. Right, I should do that.
Yeah, that does help.
Yeah.
Oh. I was so ready for it to land on his side like it should. It did that one time I showed you the picture of that.
Yes, and he got very angry. This would be funny if I managed to bleed out a legend just because this thing slept.
Yeah.
And it'll die of poison first.
Will it?
Yeah, it's only got
Yeah,
60 HP, right? So
Yeah.
it's going to be at 40 this turn, 50 going into Pepper's next turn, then 60. You only get 3 hits, right? Because you're placing damage counters, even if it got put active, it wouldn't kill it because it's not damaged by an attack. Like, weakness
Yeah,
doesn't
that's the
count.
one issue I found with this Gengar. Is
Yeah.
Not even the level X fixes it.
Yeah.
Bebes.
I guess this is the more sane approach compared to Sage again, but, you know. Yeah. It's less fun, but it's better.
Yeah, Dwarf 7, you just can't say no to that.
Well, you can in Gengar's position, right? But, you know.
Yeah. I get the risk.
Nah, it's fine. I'm not meaning anything with it. It's just, it's a weird spot, right?
Rush reveal. I need some. What point?
Yeah, the 30 stays on. What point does not is not that powerful.
Yeah, no, it's rearranging. Manual attach. Afterburner. Where did it go? Did I get a failed drop? Yeah, I got a failed drop.
So we've had a Yu-Gi-Oh question about extra normal summons in the chat. So and Pel's just gone. The source of why why he knows the ruling is because he was a Monarch Dogmatica player for ages. I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
Fail search.
Yeah, there's no space to put anything down. So
And yeah, Afterburner take KO.
Flare Destroy, but yeah.
Flare Destroy, yeah.
Yep.
Twins. I'm gonna say your hand's probably low if you're doing that shenaniganry.
Okay, Spirit Tomb. tell me when you drop Spiritomb so I can actually do the hand shuffle.
Yep. I just picked it out there. Yeah, Hurl into Darkness.
You actually put me off of it.
Oh,
I had
for
like
fuck's sake.
three things in hand there.
Yeah. Not that you could have known that, but
You actually helped my hand out a ton there.
Yeah, no, that's a loss then.
Yeah, 'cause
I think you always have to take twins there rather than anything else, to be honest with you.
that also meant I found my lightning energy.
Yeah, as we know now, so that's it really.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, because I will pay the hard retreat there.
Yeah, you absolutely need to keep twins if you're going to do it that way. I did notice both Smeargle were in the prizes. I wasn't sure how many Quilava were played on your end. I did notice there was a Quilava in the prizes as well.
I have a 3-2-3 line.
Yeah, I didn't know how many it was. If it was just a one, that could have been the problem, but yeah.
I showed off the thing. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, after the stuff is done, I'll show you my my rendition, because it's obviously Undaunted set, but
Got
then
a flash
again,
of inspiration while copying down some starting point list for the Muperia stuff.
yeah.
This guy puts on top of deck and puts Pokemon and energy.
Yep.
Which is exactly what Legend Box wants. So I figured it would be an interesting one-off tech in a RDL build, and damn, it was better than I thought.
Yeah, since you
I really thought it would just be a late game play, but it's like, no, I can just play into this on purpose.
Yeah, since you have Junk Arm available to you, this changes the way this deck's built a fair bit, because I didn't have Junk Arm when I played this, so I didn't play this guy, because I don't think there was really that much use when I don't have more reliable discard stuff, right? Certainly not going to play like a Regice or something to do that, because it just messes everything
Thinking
else
through
up.
this, I should probably make room for a Seeker. I think I might have cut one actually. No, I think that's a different build I was cutting Seeker from. But finding room for a Seeker in here, just to reuse a Dialga and clear bench space, might be a good idea.
Yeah.
That's just unfortunate luck on my
Sure
end.
these lightnings is enough, but energy's rough in this list.
Yeah.
You can't run specials because of Legend Box. You need to run some electric, but not for the Legend, but not too much because you got Fuel Ninetales.
And yeah, I can understand that as well, so it was a little bit of dinging in luck there. I mean, obviously you weren't to know that he had all the stuff there, but I think you always have to take the twins there regardless, since your deck doesn't have, like, Uxie to pull up, right? So, because that would have been the other take if you could have, or did you have Uxie? I don't remember.
No.
Like, no, so it's like if you had Uxie, that would have been the other thing of, like, Palkia Ux or something, and maybe go that way. But I think in the spot you're in, you have to go for the twins chain there.
I was thinking if I can hit at least 2 or 3, I would have been fine, and then I could have won it next turn by just putting down Palkia.
Yeah, like that. I mean, I totally understand that. I'm not trying to follow that. I'm just like, I would have taken Palkia twins so that you could have done twins next turn as well, because I think you would have
Probably
needed
should've.
that. Yeah, either twins or like Pom. I think you would have just taken twins. You can guarantee what you need down.
Sableye weird in this, because I like the Sableye, but I don't like the way bench space is looking in this deck, because I think I want 2 types most of the time to be able to stream Ozone Buster.
Probably on 2 types, 2 Ninetales at minimum.
Well, 2 Ninetales
But
is
I need
usually
a
the
lot of space,
most,
but the Uxie wants the space sometimes. If I have to Azelf, that's terrible. And of course, Dialga needs space as well. That's the other big issue is it's bench space. This guy eats it.
Yep.
So there's just no other way of getting an effect like this in this format. What this deck wants.
Yeah, because you need the Pokemon going back to the top of the deck is definitely the awkward point for it.
So which made me think that I should, in fact, be running at least 1 Seeker, maybe 2, but maybe with Stages, maybe VS Seekers is best.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't have access to that bit when I was building that because I was playing in Undaunted. So, but I'll show you afterwards anyway if you want. Just
I've got... Yeah, this other list is more that was one I was trying. I didn't have as much time as I thought I was gonna have, so I don't. This is pretty. So this other one's pretty stopped, but.
Well, I have one completely 10-minute only built war crime to show here that I was actually building as
Sorry.
you know, I went on call with Sai before the start of this, so this is going to be a disaster. But I do not have any idea how this is going to go.
We'll see how this flies. If it doesn't, well.
Okay.
That'll be good.
What would you like?
Heads.
No. Okay. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll draw. Uh-oh. We'll put a special dark down and we'll hit the power for 40?
I didn't consider the possibility that this is not play clean.
Uh-oh.
But I do have the basics.
Oh, that's good, yep.
This is a weird ass hand.
You're telling me.
That doesn't carry. I'll go for that. Wait, hang on. Do I want a nuke in this? Collector. I'm not an idiot. I run nukesies. So I just don't. So if I run nukesies. Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah. And only because you went first. I mean, I went first because I had the because I had
the rest of energy in hand. I was thinking about switch using. Hang on, I just don't. I just
yeah. No, you went first, and I mean, no, I went first, and therefore you won because I couldn't play. I couldn't play the thing. Let's just see. Yeah. No, that's it. This is a one-off in a deck that plays like more than enough other basics, so I got it's just bad luck at any point. Any deck can really do that, so yeah, it's ridiculously unlucky to be honest, but it is what it is.
Sure is. Q-donks are fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Heads.
Okay. So let's see if we can do any better this time then. Probably not, but we'll see. I'll put the DC down and I will call for family here. Unfortunately, only gets EVs, but you know. There was another one, I think, in the more recent sets that had like 50 HP and could get any basic or something, but it also has 50 HP, right? And I was just... Okay.
Like really, it's between this Eevee and the evolution searching one.
Yeah, the Evo searching one could have been better here, but also maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Not the best, but we'll take it. Yeah, we have two of them.
Okay. This goes down. This always goes down.
Okay, yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, play defensively. Luxury ball.
Yep.
Mew.
Yep.
Got that. Patch Psychic. Portrait.
It's an interesting one. Behold the war crime. What fresh hell is this?
That is an interesting choice.
Yep. You can shuffle draw 6, you can shuffle draw 6, and you can go for the Sage. Risk it all.
Looking at my hand, I'm taking the Sage.
Alright. I might as well put the ticker down on 5 on my own side as well.
I regret taking the Sage.
Just wait until next format when all I do is I play 4 Sage and 4 Juniper, and then your portraits are exceptionally sad. Ah, I see the problem. Uh-oh.
That's not the problem. It was just very disappointing, actually.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest.
That's fair.
I did save Collector, which is why I really went for Sage, because I knew
Understandable.
If I bricked it with safe play.
Understandable. I almost wonder if it would have been better to have done Collector first and thin other stuff out, but who knows?
Yeah, it was in case I saw Collector off you. It's like, okay, I had an alternate play if I saw that.
Yeah, I get it. It's a weird spot. I understand why you would do it the other way. Yeah, I would enjoy Collector right now for obvious reasons, but it's fine. We'll make this work.
What's happened?
I mean, I could just go for the Sage myself and see if I can get into like Luxury Bowl or something. Or just hard draw the Oddish, that works too. Yep.
Yeah, to be honest, that was most of the queue.
Yep. It's reasonable enough.
I know you have Pont as well as Copycat, so it's like I don't
Certainly do, yeah. So
around.
playing down isn't necessarily a point here. It could work, but
Deal.
yep. And this is the combo basically straight away. Respectable.
I do have the second.
Yeah.
I do run 2 of these, thankfully.
Well, yeah. If you didn't run 2, I'd be very disappointed, to be honest with you. So the whole combo. Yep, so for people seeing here, the whole combo is Mew once again using Lost Link here to copy a Lost Zone card. This time it is Rhyperior level X, which has always been a really fun, not viable card because it's a stage 2 level X, but it's already been a really fun idea because for no energy you discard the top 5 of your deck, and for every energy card you find there, you do 50 damage. And the whole point is that the Delcaddy, like we did with Blast Caddy way back in the day, will let you guarantee top deck a couple of energy for putting some counters on this thing. So yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Sage. I don't give a fuck. That's pretty reasonable. Let's see. Where do we go from there? I think we definitely grab that one. It's a bit awkward because I kind of want... I mean, obviously the ideal thing is, oh, you'd want 3 of them, but no, it's very slightly awkward because this is like one thing I would rather have with it here, but I think we've just got to do this. Yeah, this is gonna suck, but we're just gonna have to do it there. I probably shouldn't like do it this way around because it's slow and annoying, but it's fine. Like, I'd rather just throw them in the discard than let you look at it afterwards, but I understand the whole thing with it here.
It's also good for stream value as well.
It is, it is. Right, well, we did get one, so there is that. Is it better to just do that? Okay, yeah, this is going to involve discarding the DC as well, that's why I'm not a huge fan of it here, but I do have the Spiritomb, and honestly, I think it's best to just like play pretty much everything else in this hand down, because BTS isn't going to matter too much here. You've already got your skitties down, so it doesn't benefit you that way. I'm going to play Rare Candy just to get it to Gloom, and then BTS it to the Vileplume just to get the Rare Candy out of hand. Pay the retreat, unfortunately, and put the damage counter on here to do Darkness Grace. Freaking try, stupid fly getting in the way as well. It was had to get the deck searching up anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But we do have the Umbreon. Oh no! Do not do the cut. We don't need to cut. So we'll get an Umbreon out here, and that will be turn over.
Yeah, I've seen it problem very quickly.
Yeah! I told you this was a war crime.
Yeah, this on the linear side, I'm noticing.
Yep! Yes, it is! You are not the only one to notice that. It does exactly one thing and one thing only. Yep.
I mean, my deck's actually quite linear, because I'm just trying to think how I play around that Umbreon right now.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It does one thing and one thing only, and Umbreon is an FTK, pretty much.
Yeah.
The problem is I had to sage away a Darkness Energy there, so I don't know if that's going to impact later on, but... But I mean, hey, you know I have supporters in hand. So.
Or if I just scoop on the spot. I scoop.
Dang. Yeah.
Literally no way of fighting of hitting that Umbreon.
Yeah.
All getting it out of there with Vileplume in.
And you know I have the thing. Wow, that's a lot
Literally
of it.
zero answers.
Yeah. So my next draw would have been... DC's not going to do it. I'm just going to play out what my next draw would have been because I want to see... Because I'd be under the assumption this is gonna die because you've got the kill there, and so I want to see would I have had it. The answer is no, because I got fucking 5 supporter cards in this hand instead. Jesus Christ, you can't know.
I think the only way I could play right now is if I actually ran a Rhyperior line manually.
Yeah. Yep. And that would require you to not play as many actual psychic energy, right? Because you would need to.
Well,
I mean, if you were dedicated,
I've a few, but few fighting for the rage attack, but
that's the thing, is you would probably need to run at least one fighting for it. Yeah, let me actually bring this over because there's not really.
The only thing I could hit you with at that point is Skitty, and that's just not gonna win.
Yeah, Skitty gets out damaged.
Especially when it's hurting itself. Especially.
Yeah, so the one problem was finding the energy because I maybe got a little greedy on the stuff here.
I guess the other option for me actually would be to have a second thing I can move which hits bench. Or does something else.
And actually this...
For the Vileplume.
Fuck, this was a last decision cut too, because I did have the other Umbreon in here for the damage aspect. That's why the DCEs were here, and then I forgot that I took that Umbreon out. So these should have been basic darks as opposed to the DCE, because nothing in here needs DCE for anything anymore. So yeah, that's the whole thing of building this in 10 minutes. Is I kind of forgot, right?
I went from one muck in here and beat this kind of bullshit by mucking constantly.
I mean, you could.
Like, I can totally run a toolbot instead of just Hard Crush.
It is possible, because the muck is for Psychic, so... Yeah, it's possible. Obviously, this is a very quote-unquote exceptional deck with the stuff that way. This is not what you would normally expect to be pairing into, but yeah, it would certainly
any
help.
better option for just like not just this specifically, though. A way of beating this would be nice, but a way of dragging this bloody bastard in. This
Yeah.
thing to have.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even hurt that badly by it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Right.
these are, I added reversals and junk arms on my own volition, so I'm a bit more vulnerable in the base list, I think.
Yeah, maybe, but even then, there's very little in there that actually gets shut off by Vileplume, so I think it's more the Umbreon that kills you than the Vileplume in here, so yeah, that's more of what you would want to to have an out to.
Well, I wouldn't want to take just for this. I want to try and
Yeah.
find something that incidentally hits this while hitting something a bit bigger, which is why I'm thinking the dragon for the plume stuff.
Sure, like that's some sort of switch move that way would be fine. The only ones you've got really would be the Muck, or potentially the Frostlass would be the other one, right? But the problem is you could start Frostlass and then you can't copy it, so that's the advantage that Muck would have. There was a Weezing in Gen 7, and Coughing and Weezing did the same thing of when they were discarded by what was it, by the Roxy, I believe it was. It Roxy, the poison gym leader in Black and White 2. I forget. I think it was Roxy, but yeah, it was like that was it discard up to 2 cards and draw 3 for everyone you discarded. Might have had to have been Pokemon specifically, and it's like you discard the Coughing and the Weezing for that, and they spread the damage counter to each of the opponent's Pokemon. And if you were only going to play like 4 to enable that, you play the Weezing instead of the Coughing because you can't start with it. Would be the same sort of thing of playing Weezing Muck instead of Frostlass to do your gusting thing here. But it would add another brick to the deck that could be sort of annoying, right? I already imagine if you like draw the Rhyperior to it, and can't see off with it or something, that's already a really bad spot to be in.
Yeah, like, where's the search tile? I'll get the Muck out and.
But yeah, I mean, Muck is obviously a very strong idea for stuff that way, and it would help to increase to make it a little bit more versatile, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, whilst you're looking at that, when my game eventually lets me like scroll down again because searching stuff. So the idea with this, of course, was, I mean, you saw the core thing, right? Is that Vileplume stops you from playing trainer cards to stop like the switch outs and things like that from being mostly there, and Umbreon is very annoying for a lot of decks to deal with. As you've noted yourself, actually, there aren't that many decks that actually have a reliable out to Moonlight Fang, because once you do this 30 hit during your opponent's next turn, it prevents all effects of attacks, including damage done to Umbreon by attacks of the opponent's Pokemon that have Pokepowers and Pokebodies on them, which is almost every single Pokemon in the format, right? This stops your Magnezone, it stops your Yanmega from hitting active, it stops like Mew, obviously here, it stops Typhlosion, it stops even Rayquaza Deoxys Legend if you played this way round. Ninetales can't even hit it, right? You've got a Flamethrower it, I think, at best, and with one special Dark, this guy is hitting 40, right? It also stops Donphan and Machamp Prime, yeah. Regular Machamp it doesn't from Stormfront, but most of the decks weren't playing that at this point, right? Because Donchamp at the very least. So yeah, it kind of stops basically all of the important bits, and yeah, it doesn't do a lot of damage, and I can't really play Expert Belt in here. I probably could, but I'd have to tweak it to play Belt, like, because I need Seekers and stuff in here, right? I could do it, but I had 10 minutes to make this, so it was.
Do I want to cut the Psychic Bind and Seek and drop a Seek? Like, it'd be Psychic Bind, drop Seeker for VS Seeker probably.
Maybe. Well, whilst you're talking over me on that one, the other thing, of course, Yanmega is in here as well, because sometimes Umbreon's not enough, right? There are some things that can hit you, and if that comes up, then Yanmega is the way to handle that, right? Because it's just very solid in general, and I know we're going to see a lot of it anyway, but again, there really wasn't much that I could play that was going to do the same job that I needed it to do here, so... And this is the only time this particular deck is going to actually be playable, because next format, Reshiram and Zekrom don't have abilities and therefore get completely screwed. Also, I don't think abilities... I'd have to check with DNA on this one, or Pel can probably tell me.
Abilities will not count, because
exactly.
abilities are not powers or bodies.
That's what I was getting to, yeah, is I'm pretty sure stuff that affects only abilities, or like only powers and bodies, don't affect abilities. It's not a retroactive thing here, so... Why it wasn't the first time, I will never know, but,
Because Wizards.
Fucking Wizards.
It is actually because Wizards. Japan just errated the old stuff.
Yeah.
To be poison powers.
But it's like, yeah, the muck in ancient times was really stupid because it affected powers and bodies and whatnot. But here, it's not the same. So yeah, this Umbreon is useless after this particular round. So I thought if it's going to see play, and you were very interested in this thing, like several
I did
times.
have a build myself already, but was using a matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah, beating the SP matchup.
you mentioned the Machamp, and I was like, that's cool and all, but what if I just play Yanmega against SPs? Right? It's just like, Yanmega's good.
Prizes list, so
Yeah.
at least.
Yep. No, I was just like, you know, Yanmega's probably good enough against SP decks, right? Like, I know Luxray can knock it out, but then Luxray can't knock out the Umbreon, so it's, you have to go back to basics.
The issue was less that and more that they just snipe around you, because Garchomp.
Yeah, but, I mean...
To be fair, Vileplume also really hates.
Exactly, Vileplume fucks over this. So like this, I didn't feel like this was going to be that bad. It's SP, but I knew nobody was going to bring SP at this point because we played it to death. Yeah. But like even accounting for that, I was like, I'm pretty sure Vileplume also screws over SP stuff. So like the combination of these two, and if that doesn't quite do it, the Yanmega will do it against him. So I felt like I'd be pretty safe against SP, to be honest with you, and. Yeah, that's where I got to it. I was like, we've got to play some sort of Vileplume thing at some point, and I figured this was not quite as grotesque as the other two options that I was considering, right? I mean, obviously Gengar is the clear winner, but this is far less grotesque than Gliscor Vileplume, right? That's the other one I would have considered. So, you know, I think this was a bit more reasonable, and yeah, it's just, I know maybe it's still a bit much of a matchup fish, but Yanmega kind of solves a lot of the matchup issues, and Vileplume by itself is not really a matchup fish, right?
I think even with Plume, I'll try and find room for one expert belt, because 30 is just such a weenie number.
Yeah, I would have liked to, for sure. That would involve playing Seeker and stuff as well, but I think I could do that. I just, again, this is quite literally 10-minute testing in the Pokemon concern, right? Because as you saw, I had DC instead of the basic darkness in here because I had the other Umbreon as a way of solving damage numbers.
Puts could be actually. Do you need this much energy at this point?
No, you could probably cut one. I think I would still like 8 as a minimum here, to be honest.
But going super thin is just too scary.
Yeah, and I mean Sage is a big part of Vileplume decks as well. Cutting that away would be a bit scary. I'm not sure about the twins. I was expecting to go down early on prizes with this thing, so I was thinking like twins can get you into the Vileplume thing very easily, but I could probably just play more Judge and Copycat there. Or just a Force Sage and another Copycat would probably be fine.
Yeah,
so...
Twins is something you'd have to test, I think.
Yeah.
Depends on how quick it starts out with the Yanmega and...
Yep.
Because if you didn't just warm me out the game, even on matchup, I was about to start taking prizes very quickly. You were.
I saw the full setup was there, so I do understand that, and I would say sorry, but... I mean, that is what this thing's supposed to do, right? Is to wall out matchups. And it wasn't the only thing that I could do within the deck, at least. So there was some sort of... I wouldn't have said play around, because, let's face it, you kill Yanmega just as easily most of the time. But even then... Although, if you don't hit another energy, I might live.
I need to find room for damage mods.
Yeah, there's not much shot.
You do not belt a Mew. That just does not happen in any universe.
No.
And finding room for plus power or bats, it's already a stretched list. It's already a...
Yeah. At the very least, I would have been trading with Yanmega versus Mew, right? So, because Snow Point is your one way around that. But good luck finding that one thing under Vileplume and whatnot, right? Or not discarding it is probably the more important thing. Right, because even though you're putting 2 cards back with the Delcatty, you are probably going to be milling 3 most turns. I don't think you're realistically playing both Delcatty every turn. So, it's possible, obviously, but, you know, not likely. So even then, you're still milling 3 plus whatever you do for the rest of the turn. So the odds of milling this instead of drawing it are not unreasonable.
Yeah, it was a 2-of in the original list. I cut it for space for reversals because I thought, and did notice that I was a bit linear. I wanted ways of forcing endgames a bit better, but maybe that's not correct here.
Eh.
Yeah, again, this is also a bit of a 10-minute roll, so at least I had a net deck to work off.
Yeah, you did. Whereas this I was just building from scratch at the point, going, this looks okay. Let's just throw this in.
This looks fine. I just don't think Special Dark's enough on a base 30 attack.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I initially only had the 2 Yanmega in here, and then I realized, wait, no, it's probably better if I go 3 of each of the things here, because, yeah, Umbreon is good and all, but if it's not good and particularly good in the matchup, I need more than 2 Yanmega, right? So, I don't know. Like I was saying, this could be refined very easily, but sometimes we just don't have inspiration throughout the whole week, and then something comes in and Sai comes, I'm bringing a war crime today, and then I was like, you know, if you're bringing a war crime, I should probably attempt one, right?
Mine probably could have been worse, but I still think it's a war crime.
No, the instant win condition thing for this game in particular is a bit of a war crime, right? It basically never happens. And the only other time that it has is also kind of a war crime in its own right, even though it is stoppable if you have the right cards on the right turn. But
when do we get Destiny Board Unknown?
no, see, that's the one that we're looking at. That's way later in. Gen 7 is when the unknowns come in. And
Final and
oh god.
That would be funny.
If you have unknown VMAX in the active, then you can place each of these on your bench at the end of your turn. Would be very silly, but yeah. That's about it though. Sorry that it kind of was that sort of wall-out deck thing with it. Also sorry I forgot to take out the DCs and made it harder on that, because it should have been a bit easier to have gotten it by the end there, but oh well. Yeah, this format is fun, so long as you don't just play SP and all the time, I guess. This format is fun. There's a lot of cool stuff that we have shown in this. Unfortunately, a lot of this you're going to be seeing again as we go through the next couple of weeks. There are different decks we can play, but not many of them. Because, yeah, we have a massive rotation coming up. I've got a video set for that about what the impact of it is. But it rotates every Diamond and Pearl set we haven't lost already. 7 sets go here. And that's a ton of the trainer base. There's less than 50, I think, left for trainers and stuff there.
Huge change.
Yeah, the role change is obviously absolutely gigantic, and the Pokemon pool, like I was filtering out like what looked interesting or what might still be playable. I think I still kept in things that aren't playable, and I have maybe 160 Pokemon total, including prevos and everything, and some of them are multiple stages. So we are not going to have a lot of options, and it's not going to get too much better for the first couple of sets, so I don't know. The only reason I would even say we might want to spend 2 sessions in the 2011 Worlds thing is not because of showing off different decks. It'd be so we could have 1 week of practice with the new rules and everything, and make sure that we don't like misplay of, say, like with the supporters and being able to play stuff on turn 1, etc. And then 1 of actually showing the stuff. But if you don't want that, then we could just move on.
We could do on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's kind of the point, right? Is that if we can effectively spend next week doing the first thing, but we only need to do 1 actual video out of it, I think, because a lot of the stuff you've seen here is, or like seen within this format, is stuff that you are going to see moving forward as well. Like there's a couple of additions for decent cards, and there is 1 really dumb strat that somebody's probably going to try and play. I do have the net deck built at the very least. But you know, we'll see. But
go!
Yeah,
Rather than bullshit than somehow the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth is the one I'm referring to. Pel's asking if we're going to show off Sabeldonk at least. I think the problem with that is that I know that it's been videoed in the past, right? Like Jaywitz has got a thing on it, and I don't think we could do it better than what he's already shown. So, is there really a
We all
point?
bring it and just have a fun time.
Fun,
Yeah.
in quotation marks.
Yeah. No,
Hey, we
it's...
might actually have to flip.
No, so like the main reason I'm kind of hesitant to do so is literally because it has already been documented by better people in the past. I don't think we could really add to that conversation, is the only reason I'm not so convinced. But if you guys are like saying, no, we could totally do it, then, you know, I'm fine to entertain the thought. I just don't have a list or anything for it right now. I'll have to do my research.
Go of the Fortress me.
Oh, but we lose all the bench shielding, so...
No. What was it? I remember there being talk about in the chats about a Fortress M-Ball deck.
Oh, yeah, okay. The Inferno Fandango, and it's like you attach to the foray and it spreads counters everywhere thing, yeah.
Yeah, the thing that could potentially fight Sabeldonk by being an even stupider build. Well,
I don't think that's true, though, with the way Sabeldonk works. But anyway, kind of getting off topic a bit here. Yeah, I know. Kind of getting off topic just a little bit here, but it's fine. So we'll obviously decide ourselves what we'll do, but I have a feeling it's not going to be a multi-part. Yeah, Pert is not involved anyway. Multi-part Worlds Format 1 this time, because I just don't think we need to be honest. So much of the stuff we've either already showed off or we are going to have to play at least a week after as well. So, you know, take that as you will, I guess.
There's going to be no Perts for a while. There's literally no Pert in format until mid-Gen 6.
Yep. And I think I remember that one being really bad. The only one I remember seeing play beyond here is Gen 7's one. But, yeah. Kind of not the point. For those watching on YouTube stuff, thank you for doing so if you've managed to stay this long. And we'll have the part up for the gigantic rotation impact. And I've got to go over the rule change stuff in a separate one as well, because that obviously is another huge reason for, you know, stuff changing up here. So a couple of bits that aren't game videos coming up soon, but that's fine. So yeah.